Hello, hello, hello. Star shining right above you. Whisper I love you. All right. That didn't work. This will work. Dream a little dream. Hello, friends. How are you doing? Oh, wait. Before we get in here, let me first fix my stuff. Hello, I'm alright. How are you? Before we get in here, let me first fix my... This works. Just making sure that I'm not messing anything up, sorry. Today's gonna be a short stream. We'll just do the WTLs of today. I don't think I'm gonna be playing a whole lot. Because I'm also celebrating my birthday. So I don't have infinito time. But Shopify is playing today. I want to see that. And I saw this match was pretty good too. It's the Offside versus Berserker, which is a bottom table match. Which is, in my opinion, quite exciting. To whisper I love you. Sycamore trees. Dream a little dream of me. Okay. First match is, as mentioned, Offside Gaming versus Berserker Esports, I think it's called. Thank you, Dinks. Do you agree that Creator is the best player in the world? In what game? Maybe he plays a different game than StarCraft that I'm not familiar with, and it's possible that he's one of the best there, but he's absolutely not the best at StarCraft. He's not even close. I don't even think Creator is in my top 10. I think he might be, though. He could be close to my top 10. Clem, Rainer, herO, Cure, all better. MaxPax better. Maru better. Do I rate Solar higher? Probably. herO. Let the Creators make my top 10, buddy. You said Creator was the Protoss GOAT the other day. That is true, though. You can be the GOAT, but not be the greatest player at the moment. He is the greatest of all time. Dun, da, 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 da. Gabe may have picked the wrong team to join this season. Going by the results. Nah. Gabe is always up for a challenge, you know? Gabe is here to pull Offside Gaming out of the gutter. Oh yeah, Dark is there as well, obviously. Dark is a top player. 100%. Pim pam pat. What do we have here? A whole load of crap. This is the beauty of TVTs. You don't really need to pay attention. You just kind of keep your eye on the supply. See what's happening with the Viking count. Check out what's happening with the tanks. No one really has any clue what's kicking off. Just kind of look at the Vikings upgrades. BattleB has upgrades level 2. HeroMarine only has level 1. I think a second armory to get some freaking air weapon upgrades though would be useful. Once I start playing this game, we'll see who the real GOAT is. I've watched several beginner's guides. I'll probably start at Masters. Unironically, it might be true. 3 more CCs going down on both sides. I mean, this game could last forever. I don't actually know how good BattleB is in the late game of this matchup. Does BattleB have a pool table in his house? No, that's very low for a pool table. I haven't seen his room ever before. To me, it looks like he lives in a studio apartment, though. Or he's playing from the living room. I think it's a studio apartment. Looks nice. It's like trees outside, I think. Happy birthday, just reminded me it's my dad's birthday too. Nice. Be sure to mention that to him. That's how you remembered. So I had this StarCraft 2 content creator written down in my calendar. And then I remembered you have the same birthday as him. So congrats, Dad. I think he's going to be thrilled to hear from you. No, he will actually be thrilled to hear from you. Wish him a happy birthday from me too, buddy. So we have a fight here. And one player is winning. The Viking count tells us that that player is HeroMarine. The tank count tells us that player is BattleB. But the tank count is less important than the Viking count. So I'm going with HeroMarine for a W here. Now MaxPax is not playing today. You only play once a week, and MaxPax played yesterday, in which he mercilessly slaughtered his opponent. BattleB has been really improving lately. Yeah, he beat me twice on the ladder as well 3 days ago. I'm the gatekeeper, you know. If you're below me, you aren't quite there yet. If you're above me, you have a chance to start making those runs for the tournament, you know. That was a nice move out of BattleB. Too bad he's not really in position to defend his base. Although he has 2 tanks. If he scans, he... Oh. If he had gotten a scan there, that would have been really good for him. But he doesn't quite get the scan. Now he gets the scan in. He's going to at least clear this. There's a lot of Ravens as well. I feel like his Raven count is much better than HeroMarines. We're going to get a fight here. Anti-armor is actually putting in some serious work. I feel like BattleB... Yeah, he pulled back. 2 extra Vikings coming in to reinforce that position. BattleB is not doing poorly. He's rapidly expanding towards the left side. HeroMarine, however, is building 10 Vikings at a time. BattleB is building 8. Now 6. The Raven count is starting to look kind of sexy. Ooh, base could be in trouble. Tank siege is up. Turret helping out as well. The Vikings in the air do not manage to hold their own. You just need some type of tank support, and currently that tank support isn't there. BattleB is actually in a world of trouble, just due to the lack of tanks. This is a nice move though. This is really hard to do as well when you're under pressure, is to manage to sneak out. This is often the mark of the very top players, is that they find units randomly that they can send across the map to counter pressure. Because if you counter pressure, you relieve some pressure that's being put on you often. So it's a really cool move that is difficult to execute, because whenever you're defending and you're not winning in the defense especially, splitting off units sometimes can just be a death sentence. But BattleB actually creates a little bit of space there for himself. Let's see if he can continue doing that, as he's about to lose the middle. That would suck. This CC going down. Viking War could be won here by BattleB, especially with such a huge anti-armor missile. Ooh, did he just attack his own CC? I think he might have. Either way, Viking War being won by HeroMarine once again. Raven count fairly even. Tank count heavily in favor of HeroMarine. The only thing BattleB is ahead in right now is the Marine count, and that's the most useless thing to be ahead in. I don't read into horoscopes, but I do think the season you're born in starts shaping your personality. Yeah, I don't. I never thought about the season I was born in. I think my personality also doesn't match my birth season. I'm more of a winter person. I like being inside. I like snowboarding. I also like beaches though. Maybe he's not so bad. A summer boy after all. Like BattleB is dead, but I felt like that for the past 5 minutes or so. Basically, since we started watching this game. So make that make sense. Actually make that make sense. The fun thing here is that BattleB has such a small eco that it's possible that he'll win a fight based on that, you know? Because he just can get more supply. Does need to be careful how he used that eco. This is a huge move. He's gonna get 2 CCs here. Nothing's in position. He's gonna kill a lot of workers. HeroMarine kind of getting caught off guard. Once again, BattleB is actually finding damage where there should be no damage to be found. He continues setting his stuff up as well. He isn't panicking. Keeping it calm. The one problem I do foresee in the near future is that BattleB actually is not getting his 3-3 upgrades. That could be problematic. We have any tanks here? We have 1 tank, but that's being, what do you call it? Anti-interference matrix. Now I have another push in here out of BattleB. We have a full air fight. Auto turrets coming down as well. No anti-armor missile in the air, but BattleB is going to massively win this battle. Holy crap. He's eating HeroMarine here in this fight. It's gonna take out every last Viking. HeroMarine does still have 8 Ravens remaining, so that's a big deal. Marines once again actually finding some damage. No tank here. HeroMarine is out of cash. It's so weird how this happened, to be honest, because HeroMarine was winning this entire game, won like 3-4 fights. Now BattleB wins a single fight, and all of a sudden it feels like he's completely back into it. He wiped out the entire bank of his opponent. Still, the lack of 3-3 upgrades here could really be an issue. As we have a move in forward. I think we'll need to see a lift or a land here. No. Not going to see a land quite yet. 2 more Ravens on the way here for BattleB. I wonder what the actual Viking counts are currently. Don't forget 3-3 upgrades on the air versus 2-2. Could be an issue. A lot of these Vikings are at least a little bit damaged already. 2 more tanks in the back. Potentially could siege up. Look at that unsiege here. Out of BattleB, that was perfect. He's gonna save 4 tanks with that particular move. Is he still winning the air battle? I'm not so sure. It's 20 Vikings to 10. Oh, I'm pretty freaking sure he's winning that air battle. He's going to try to siege up tanks. The Marines coming in from the side as well. Do we have any tanks here at this base on top? I'm not so sure if we do. I'm actually afraid that we don't. And that could be the end of that base. Ooh, Marine's gonna go down. And there's no anti-air here. I think BattleB could actually just engage into this Viking ball. He's gonna pick off 2 for free pretty much, or 1 or 2 for free. Ravens now moving in forward. Anti-armor missile hits. More Ravens falling. BattleB taking a pretty significant lead. Tanks trying to slowly but surely move forward. Is this in range? No, it's not. Once again, the air battle going in favor of BattleB with 17 Vikings against 11. Anti-armor missile hits. And BattleB is actually just winning the fight. He's winning the fight in the air. The ground is a different story because he doesn't have any tanks in range of his opponent's tanks. That could be an issue. That is an issue, period. A single Liberator potentially could put in some work. At the same time, BattleB, look at that. If we take a look at the minimap, we can see a large portion of his force is moving towards that right side with a lib there as well to deny some mining. I would love for that lib to be here in this army. Gonna have a moving forward with the tanks. It's not going to be in range of any of BattleB's tanks. And I think BattleB just needs to give up this base, to be quite honest. BattleB needs to give up this base. He's holding this position. This ain't looking good here. This ain't looking good for BattleB. HeroMarine moving in forward. Observer decides to move away with the camera. So we're not going to be seeing any of that stuff. BattleB just lost all of his tanks. 13 workers going down as well. Eco still. Surprise, well, not that close actually, because he's not mining from all his bases. Yeah, he's lacking mineral patches. Army supply is close. BattleB is gonna try to move through to the middle of the map. Only has 2 tanks, no medevacs. It's gonna siege up. It's gonna land the Vikings, which I think is a bad move. I think this is a really bad move even. HeroMarine is gonna try to save this part, which, I mean, it's gonna get 2 of the tanks pretty much for free. The one thing that BattleB had for a long time here was the air control. Now he's losing that. And once you lose the air control and you don't have the tank numbers to back up your army, you're gonna be in some trouble. Pretty sick TVT, honestly. I think it's the first TVT in my life that I've enjoyed. I think at this point it's going to be a tough story, to be honest. And there's a lot of ravens. If the tanks aren't in position... Okay, but there's 3 tanks here. You just don't have any ravens as BattleB, so you can't break positions as rapidly. Can you? You have 2 ravens with interference, I think. 1, 2, 2, 3. Oh, actually has all of them. It's gonna land the Vikings once more. Might take out this base. But yeah, supply here, 90 versus 153. Planetary is barely going to end up falling, yes. This feels fairly over, in my opinion. Eco in favor of BattleB right now, so maybe we can produce a lot of Marines, which... You know, Marines, they can do something. There's not so much mining going on here for HeroMarine, so... Maybe. You know? Crazier things have happened. We have an attack here on the Ravens. A snipe move that doesn't succeed. Some auto turrets come down. Anti-armor connecting with the air, as well as the ground force of HeroMarine. I mean... This should not be possible. Yeah, GG is gonna get called. HeroMarine wins the game, puts Offside Gaming here on a lead. 2-point lead. And up next we're gonna have... Well, who are we gonna have? I think we have uThermal up next. Yeah, oh, this is a good match. There it is. It's gonna be uThermal versus GungFuBanda. And the first map will be Alcyone. Then Firefly versus DNS. This is one of these series that I think is favored for Offside Gaming, but Berserker could take it. Don't forget, these are actually the 2 bottom teams. Both of them at 5 points. So a win here could still give... Actually, it gives them hope of not being relegated out. I think if you drop out, you have to re-qualify. If you're here, I think you have to play like some matches in the qualifier at the very end, like a qualifying match. But yeah, it's... Ideally, you're just staying in. Top 7 is out of reach for both of these teams, though. Something you need to keep in mind. Look at... Oh my god. It's looking sharp here. Very sharp. GungFuBanda always looks sharp. Oh wow. My things are off. There we go.
Ricey super chatted $19.05. Happy birthday, drinks on me. I'll show you around town if you're ever in Shinjuku.
Shinjuku? I don't know where that is. Shinjuku. It's a city in Japan. It's known for its clubs and karaoke bars. I'm a huge karaoke fan. 300k people. Okay, if I ever go to Shinjuku, I'll hit you up on that, all right? We'll go to a karaoke bar together. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate the donation. It's very kind. Just gotta make sure I didn't miss anything else. Okay, yeah, nice. We're banging. Have you been to Japan? Not once in my life. I've been to Korea many times. I think maybe next time we go to Korea, Irene and I might try to visit Japan as well. I feel like Irene always wanted to visit Japan. She's never been. And I've also never been. I'm not so big on visiting countries, but I mean, if we're in the neighborhood anyway, we might as well. Hi, Captain. Can you pin the link for the tournament bracket? If you remind me to do it after this game, I'm going to do it for you. But now I want to focus fully on GungFuBanda and uThermal. Alright? But if you remind me after this game, I'm gonna pin it. I'll command it in the Twitch chat as well. It's gonna be banging. Girlfriend loves Japan. She lived there for a year. Yeah, one of my best friends also went to Japan for like 3 weeks or so. Freaking loved it. He said it ruined almost all sushi though that we eat here. He said it's so much better there. So it comes with some downsides, you know. Is uThermal playing random or T? I don't actually know. I think he usually picks Terran, but I could be wrong. In important tournaments, that is. Opens up with the eBay block. So either way, we have a game on our hands here. eBay block into Reaper Factory second barracks. So this feels to me like maybe a 3-Rex tank all-in, which is kind of in the line of expectation out of uThermal, I think. Often aggressive builds with a twinge of all-in in there. Everyone I've known who has recommended Japan. Hope you like sushi. Oh, I don't eat fish, but I'm sure I'll love it. I'll have a great time there. Shinjuku, that was the place it was called. People say these things, thinking I'm not gonna take them up on them. But one day I'm gonna make like a world trip, and I'm gonna cash in all of my favors that people promised me in the Twitch chat, you know, over the years. It's gonna be living on your dime for like 3 years straight. This was an absolutely terrible attack. Lost all his units and killed legit nothing. This is a 2 barracks attack that uThermal is going for, which I'm surprised by. I haven't seen this one in particular yet. uThermal also massively supply blocked, which really freaking sucks for him. He's losing quite some production cycles there. That's actually painful. He's also building a bunker. I'm just not familiar with this build at all. He's also missing SCV rounds. So it feels like he's all-inning. Like his macro makes me believe he's all-inning. But usually we see this with double barracks so you can have stim in combat. It's very rare to see this with pure stim. Cyclone into double tank. He's now building 3 depots at the same time, so another supply block. He's missed like 2 cycles of marine at this point, which is actually very bad if you're attacking. Macro not on point. Which is weird because nothing has happened either. I'm really confused. In my mind, a move out should have happened like 30 seconds ago, you know? So usually when you're doing heavy tank marine marauder pushes, ideally you want to move out before the observer sees what you're planning on doing. Because the moment the observer sees, you can move all your stalkers across the map. You can delay this forever. You can respond by having constant warp ins. That was a huge snipe. If he sniped an observer there, which once again our observer didn't show us, this could actually be a massive timing. The moment this hits your base and you haven't seen it yet, you should not be capable of holding it. So uThermal is probably just gonna straight up walk across the map and win the game. Like, GungFu is not in position here to deal with it. He does have 3 gateways. Charge is 75-ish% done, maybe 80%. Tank slowly but surely moving forward. I wonder if you just give up this base if you're GungFu. I think you do. You expand towards the top side, honestly. I think it's the correct play. Like, you can try defending this by losing your probes, but I think giving up the base, yeah, is a very reasonable call. Ideally, you force out a stim, though, at some point, you know? That would have been ideal. Getting 3 more pylons as well. Stalker still looking for something. Observer's gonna siege up. The Stalker goes down. uThermal's position is phenomenal. Even with the first Colossus, it shouldn't be good enough. We don't have any more reinforcements moving across the map. Maybe a Zealot flank. So you come in with the 3 Zealots from the back, and then you go in with the Zealot plus Immortal from here. Yeah, it could be something. We'll see. Very kind of offbeat timing that uThermal hit here, and GungFuBanda not ready at all with his Stalker move out. It's going to bite him in the bum. That's a big pickoff, because these could have been an issue later on. We now have 2 medevacs flying across the map. Once these reach this position, I think the game just kind of ends, to be honest. Because there should be units in there too. Oh, it's gonna unsiege. Oh. There's no units in there either. That is a surprising maneuver. Why did he leave? Yeah. It's a good question. I guess he expected more Zealots to show up, maybe? I'm surprised these medevacs were empty. I thought there was going to be units in there. I mean, for us with full vision, we saw that he was in no trouble, but he was there for a long time and didn't really hit any objective. I'm not sure if uThermal is aware of the fact that there's a 3rd base on top. So in that case, you know, it kind of feels like you're 3 base versus 2 base. Why would you be attacking? That doesn't make any sense. Now he scans it. He's like, oh, crap. I wish I would have attacked that. Armory coming in. 1-1 is already finished. Like, upgrades for uThermal are really sick. Like, I love his spot still. It's absolutely phenomenal. I don't want to call this unlosable, but it's going to be hard to lose, at least. uThermal is someone also likes doing maxed out pushes. So I'm kind of expecting him to start moving onto the map again. Like, he started building Vikings really early. 4 medevac into Viking. So if we can get like a tank push with a bunch of Vikings out, could be something. Can be difficult to deal with, of course, for GungFuBanda, who's now expanding towards the 4th base in a line position. Yeah, here goes uThermal. This is a typical uThermal move out. Usually uThermal, before he moves out, he sends 2 medevacs across the map to try and deal some damage. Needs to scan that ops, by the way. That's pretty big. I love the Fate Prism going into the main. I hope it can force out an F2. Cheeky all-army hotkey. Okay, it's pure Stalker. Not really doing a whole lot. If you can snipe 1 or 2 Vikings, that would be big, but didn't seem to be the case here. Oh, there come the Vikings, now moving in forward. A couple of fat swipes there to start things off. Zealots coming in with a flank. Oh, it is an awkward position. Archons, though, will be going unchecked because there's no ghost in this comp. uThermal with a good initial engagement. He's now going to lose a couple more Vikings. He's also lost 2 of his tanks. It's going to make it harder to push forward. The lack of ghost here is kind of killing him, and it's kind of killing me as well. Ideally, we get a split off of an army towards the top side. 3 more barracks coming in too. We have a 4th CC that has started. I think it's time for a 5th base on the side of GungFu, to be honest. Second robotics facility, more immortals as well coming in. So we see a heavy focus here on the immortals. We still have some archons. Like if you have less than 4 or 5 ghosts here, you could actually be in trouble. Actually, you're just gonna be in trouble. It's not you could be, but you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna need a lot of ghosts. We have disruptors already coming in. That mine should get cleared. There we go. It will get cleared and a fort base flies over. Such a low worker count for GungFuBanda. 66 against 66. So usually as a Protoss player, you're going to be taking some bad fights and then you can quickly reinforce with more money in the bank. But uThermal has A, a very big army, B, better upgrades, and C, money in the bank. So really everything in favor of uThermal here. This area though can be scary to attack into. We have 2 Colossus out. There's only a single tank to really help you push forward. I don't know if the Viking count is big enough to just straight up push to it. This is what, 7, 8 Vikings? This is not 15 Vikings, you know? So moving in can feel scary. On top of that, medevac count is also very low. So it's a huge army, but every stim is going to hurt. Every Colossus swipe is going to hurt. So we get a stim, and now GungFuBanda wants to back off a little bit, wants to just wait it, wants to send the super battery. That's going to be important. Big purification of us. A lot of the army is stuck in a medevac as well. This base is going to get given up. That's another base, what would you call it? Well, a base kill here for uThermal, who is getting further and further ahead in this game. Starts his 3-3 upgrade soon. Looking good for him, to be honest. Salad run by coming in at the same time. uThermal wasn't quite ready for it. He's gonna lose a bunch of workers here. That could be a way for GungFu to get back into the game if you can kill like a similar amount of workers. That definitely does help. GungFu moving across the map is ballsy and probably an error. I don't quite see the point of being here, especially moving in the direction of the planetary. This feels extremely scary, and he has a lot of immortals in the mix. EMP machines looking to get something done. Here comes a prison. Uh-oh. Good purification Nova. Poof. It's going to pop that tank. I mean, the prism is the only thing that's going to keep him alive. It's 55 workers to 58. 4 base versus 4. So in order for GungFu to win, he's going to need a phenomenal fight. Actually, that's just it. He's just going to need a phenomenal fight. uThermal very low on the air units. So he's going to have a massive army. uThermal wants to fight as fast as possible. He does not want this battle to last. Okay? He wants to hit his EMPs, get a fat surround on top of his army with his superior upgrades. Currently he's up 2 upgrades. That's going to be it. Like, he just doesn't have the medevacs to heal up this army. There's only 4. So he can't stim. Like, he's doing all of this unstimmed. He's trying to hit the EMPs, and here comes the fat stim. GungFuBanda does not want to be fighting this straight up. Absolutely no way. He's going to hit some big purification Novas, but even that is not going to be good enough. Zealot Warp in the middle. As uThermal is going to take game number 1. Ooh, games are from replays, I think. That's also why we don't have a camera. What do you think is the best approach to fight as TOS? Mass Ghost? What's his elo? Oh, similar. Oh my god, they're 1 point between them. What's my opinion on how to fight? Disruptors are good against Ghost. Very good. Colossus are okay. Disruptors are key often. Ooh, instantly have our new game already. Dun, dun. Any GungFuBanda fans in the chat? Be sure to make yourself known. What's your elo? I don't want to talk about my elo. Leave me alone. I actually know what my elo is, but I don't think it's going to be very good. We might see it later today. After this Claymore, my team plays. single digit. No, my elo is still higher than your IQ. So, we're good there. I reckon my elo is somewhere like 370, 380. Another eBay block. See what the follow-up is. It's single gas, eBay block. Yeah. It's not a solid response here out of GungFuBanda at all. I hate everything that he's doing currently. 4 Pro Pool plus Zealot. Like, that Zealot needs to be cancelled here ASAP, my friend. Like, just cancel the Zealot. You're gonna cut into your own worker count. Yeah, okay, he cancels this. That's the correct call. I would have hated for that Zealot to finish. I would have hated it. Good morning, David Jones. We're building a battery in the main base. Oh, I hate this so much, this type of defense. He's gonna lose a probe. uThermal has good Reaper control. Oh. Zedep needs to defend. uThermal with the exact... Yeah. uThermal with the exact same opener here as last game. Ooh. Loses his Reaper. Doesn't see tech. To be fair, there's no tech yet, so we can't really see the tech. He's gonna play 2 barracks, Cyclone into a tank push. Hopefully not the same exact opener with the supply blocks. I believe in our boy. He's gonna do it different this time. Twilight for GungFuBanda, so he also is playing something similar. I often like it when Tosses play the same thing. I don't like it when Terrans do. There's so many builds that Terran has. You can just make small variations and it's so freaking powerful. Ooh, here we go. We had something similar last game, right? We had this little fight early on. It didn't go so well for GungFuBanda back then. Here he's lost an adept and he's killed nothing. So one could also argue that this wasn't a great battle. Oh my god, he's gonna lose. Omo kills a Cyclone. That's pretty sweet. Actually, it's pretty sweet. There's a 3rd Stalker here as well. There's no bunker defensively, so he's gonna continue pushing in. I mean... Oh. It's an awkward situation all around. I have no clue what's going on now. I don't think uThermal knows what's going on either. I think we're all confused. They're completely missing each other again and again. Nice. This was a cool move out. Yeah, some actual tomfoolery. Okay. There is a 3rd barracks going down. We still have this tank stuff that's happening. Haters will say this game is scripted. It's one hell of a script so far, let me tell you. One hell of a script. You have the robotics facility that is close to finishing up. We have the Nexus that is now starting. Hallucination Scout. Okay, this reveals everything. It reveals all. Sounds like a title at the Daily Mail. GungFu reveals it all with epic hallucination. Shocking. The Dutch Terran Grandmaster. So now you just move out with legit all stalkers across the map. And then you just sit there and you win. That's legit what you do. You warp inconsistently. You force out a stim, yes sir. There's going to be a second stim here as well. Guaranteed. Whoop! Careful with the stalkers. I mean, this is a non-viable move out. Like, this is almost naive out of uThermal here. Moving across the map like this. Like, this is a crazy move out. Okay, it's going with all SCVs as well. So there is a small change here. Wow. All that GungFuBanda needs to do is not die. Kill. Kill that. Guardian Shield, Super Battery, pull out of all the tanks' ranges. Just want to be in range of maybe 1 or 2 tanks. I mean, all the SCVs died. The stim got used. We can give up this base and probably be fine. I would give up this base. If I kill 18 workers, I'm giving up that base. We're waiting until we have charge, probably. We have a lot of gateways. We have our second Immortal coming in. Stalkers can move by this army to try and get something done as well. Charge is now finished up. Here we go. There's four tanks, though. That's a lot of tanks. As, well, 3 of them do get taken out at a rapid pace. GG gets called. GungFuBanda wins game number 2. Keeps the hopes and dreams of the Berserker Esports alive. Of at least forcing an ace match. Final match is going to be between Firefly and DNS. And then we're going to the real match that we care about. Byun herO, Scarlett Oliveira, Lambo versus Sue. Pin the bracket, please. Yes. Nice. Here you go. You can find the bracket here. Need to do a little bit of searching still yourself. Where's my Twitch dashboard? Here we go. You know, the people at Twitch, they keep making me do a text interview for EU regulations, and I fail it every time. And I don't understand why I'm failing it. I failed it 3 times now. And I don't understand why, because I'm correct. Like, I know the information that I fill in is correct. And it's a very easy interview as well. Like, that makes sense. Maybe it's like getting a driver's license. They randomly fill you for banter. I think that's what happens with it. Oh my God. I had my driver lessons, and we go to the place where they take the driving exams, and then we drive around in the neighborhood to get used to what they will do on the test. And we always go there. So I drive there first from my house, and then we take a break because it's kind of far away. So just kind of chilling there, go to the toilet and come back. And a girl was just crying so loud. And all the exam guys, they were just kind of looking at her from a distance. I guess it's weird to console something that you just told terrible news, that you inflicted as well. It's like punching someone in the face and then going, oh, I'm so sorry, someone punched you in the face. So these people were standing around a bit awkward. I felt very bad. I hope I don't cry when I feel my driver license, or if I feel my driver's license. I don't think I know what to do. I think I'm not cut out to be one of the guys that takes the exams. I think I just pass everyone. I feel so bad. You know, they practiced. They did their best. It's so freaking expensive as well. It's like freaking $200 or something to take the exam. Then you have to tell someone, sorry, you need to do it again. But you can't even do it instantly. You need to wait like 2 months or something. It's actual hell. If they hit a cyclist, they pass. You know how hard it is to drive now? It's because everyone has these stupid e-bikes. So a cyclist back in the day, you see like a 95-year-old on a bike, you know you're going to have 15 minutes to finish your maneuver. Nowadays, you have a 95-year-old on a bike, like she's there faster than you than Lance Armstrong would be in his prime. Like it's insane. They all have a little engine, and you can't see from afar if it's an e-bike or a regular bike until it's too late already. It's insane. It's actually insane. The e-bikes are ridiculous. Everyone has one. Except for me. Irene also has an e-bike. €10 for the theory retake here, 40 for practice. Hoe duur is praktijkexamen auto? It's 136. But you also have to rent the car in which you drive. So that adds another like 60, 70 bucks or something. So it's like 200, 220 bucks a time. And also you need more driving lessons. So like they're just adding a cost really of 400 or 500 euros. It's freaking awful, dude. What are these camera angles? We need a centrist camera angle here. What the hell is this? These guys are extremists. Radicals. Firefly is not the top of the hat, radical. And DNS doesn't do any body. What the hell are we looking at? It only costs $70 here, like 50 US, but everyone sucks at driving. It needs to be more expensive. I don't think it needs to be more expensive. You maybe just need more stringent regulations or something, which I guess will turn it more expensive. The problem in the US is that you really need to drive everywhere, so stopping someone from getting a license is kind of mean. You could stack their camera to make a full person. True. You paid 700 for mine in Latvia, driving plus school. So if I succeed in the first time, it's going to be, I think, 2.1k total. It's freaking crazy. I didn't know it was this expensive. I thought it was going to be like 1200 or something. Like, it's so pricey. What the hell? I could have gotten LASIK with that money instead. I still want to get LASIK as well, though. I think that's going to be my Christmas gift for this year to myself. I'm going to get good eyesight. I paid like 300, including my tech title. I don't even know what that is. Do you always wear contacts normally? No, normally I just have bad vision. Dude, contacts are pricey too. My eyes can't do the reusables because my tear film is too thin or something. So I'm only allowed the soft reusable lenses. But they're so pricey. Like I put in contacts every single day. No shot, dude. I use them when I need them. So when I drive, I put them in. I want different color contact. It looks so cool when someone has them, no? Like the different color eyes. Oh, look at that. Firefly with a ballsy move. DNS is supply block, by the way. This is a really awkward situation. Firefly is up 4 workers. Firefly has killed 3 workers. Firefly... I mean, it's target versus target. It's probably... Wait, what? DNS is building 3 gases at the same time. He stole the gases! I don't think I've ever seen this in my life. He went for a double gas steal. I don't know what to say to this. DNS is floating 350 gas. His opponent is floating 170. DNS has not enough money to even saturate his own gas. I mean, he's gonna have a massive gas lead if he actually mines from this third gas. But currently he's not. Okay, now we're gonna get the next Stargate. Oh. Oh. Firefly is insane. He flew in with an inferior Phoenix number, saw that, and still decided to keep going. He must be really confident in his Phoenix control. I'm not that confident in his Phoenix control, to be honest. He also stopped attacking the assimilator. And now is starting a sentry. I feel like these extra gates are in range, though. You know what I mean? They're in vision range. Harstem could remove some wrinkles instead of messing with eyesight. Yeah, could do with that. I've had wrinkles for a very long time, though. I got them when I was 20. So technically I still look like I'm in my late tweens. Tweens? Teens. In my late teens. My face has always looked the same. My eyesight, I'm not sure if it has deteriorated or if I just didn't know that I had bad eyesight. I only got glasses when I was like 24. I remember I used to... So I was a football player. Soccer for the Americans. And I remember that I always was very impressed. So at halftime... Oh, hold that thought. We actually have a battle. Seems like DNS lost it. Either way, I remember always... You know when someone scores in football... Soccer for the Americans, I would never be capable of seeing who scored. And I thought other people just had this inhuman ability of knowing based on like the kick or something or their position, remembering who scored. And I was defense and I couldn't see that far. So they at halftime they'd be saying like, oh man, that was a crazy goal. And I'd be thinking, that was a goal indeed. I have no clue who did it or what it looked like. DNS here is building a robotics facility. It's probably a mistake. Oh, it's 6 versus 5. 6 versus 6. These battles are, and I mean, they're fun, but I wouldn't want to be in them. I'm surprised by the robotics facility, let me tell you. That does not seem like a correct call here. Will you play some Stormgate when it comes out tomorrow? Yeah, we could actually. Yeah, why not? Play a little bit of Stormgate, see what... Tomorrow's the real release, right? Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Real release of Stormgate? We'll play. What the hell? Of course we will. It's an interesting fight. DNS is losing it. I think this is game, to be honest. We have a fleet beacon coming in. This has been one of the weirdest Phoenix versus Phoenixes. You have to buy it to play it this early now. Real release in August. I think I might have streamer privileges though. I'll check. Okay, we have a fleet beacon coming up. If DNS wins this game, I'll be extremely impressed and also confused. This specific game outcome in PvP should be patched out. You mean Phoenix Wars? So I agree with you. I'm not sure if everyone else agrees with me. Or with us, I guess. We're on the same team after all. The anti-Phoenix team. mothership. So DNS is going to be down a base, but up a mothership. Probably down in Phoenixes too, I reckon, because it's 3 Stargates versus 2. Ooh. 14 versus 13. It's actually, the Phoenix Sound is pretty close. You know, the mothership could actually change the outcome of this game then. Despite Firefly being way up in workers, and thus also having more gas, and also having more production, I would have preferred if these 2 extra Stargates that he's building right now, if they would be a mothership. Okay, now he's getting a mothership. If DNS straight up flies across the map with his mothership, he could actually win the game straight up. I'm not sure if he's going to be in time. I think he would be. I mean, DNS is down an entire base in workers. DNS is going to be down so much in gas. You could even go into carriers here, I think. If you're DN... No, you can't. This is the move. Okay, dodge the pylon, dodge the pylon. Don't show your face. Okay, he showed his face. The observer there is actually really cool. Not gonna lie. He needs to move faster though. Go, go, go. Get a guardian shield. I mean, if you have time warp, plus the tanking of a mothership, and the invisibility, there's no detection. There's legit 0 detection. Okay, here comes the invis. Oh, he sees? How can he see? He can't. He can't see. Nice time warp, I guess. Here we go. We still have a time warp on the other side. Here's a guardian shield. DNS positions it better. Both motherships now died. No one knows who's winning. We have no clue what's going on. Oh, now we see it. 2 more Phoenixes for Firefly. And he has more extra as well. Playing Phoenix versus Phoenix on West must be hell. This would be what hell is like. Did I get down there? Then you have a room where people are being burned till eternity. It's like, oh, that looks bad. And then there's a room where you're playing Phoenix Wars, being down 3 Phoenixes on the Western United States server with 190 ping. Look, after 3 days of that, you're looking towards that room of fire, my friends. Please, a break. I can't take it anymore. Thank you, Shifu. Happy birthday to you too. DNS is in this weird position where in the short term he's in a terrible spot, but in the long term he's also in a terrible spot. So no matter what happens, he's most likely losing, which is a rare position to be in. The only way that DNS can win is if both players max out and Firefly keeps building workers. And Firefly doesn't build any static. At what point can you go Archons? Never. If you have the time and the resources to get Archons, then you had already won the game. So Firefly right now could probably get Archons and be fine. That's actually... I love these cannons here that are being added into the mix, not gonna lie. That feels tight. Poof. You can't kill the cannons. That's the key. That absolutely is the key, you know? Does he have any mobile detection, or is his plan to right-click his opponent's mothership? Which, you know, is a plan. Here we go. Invisibility. Okay, that's game, set, and match. Offside Game is going to win this one with a 4-1 score. Well, potentially 5-1, maybe 4-2. But this game is over. DNS is gonna leave in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Solid counting, if you ask me. Oh, look at him clap. He didn't make his bet this morning, though. So we're not clapping for that. Carriers take very long to build. Better to stay up in Phoenix. I actually think eventually you need to transition in carrier. I think it's so good to have 1 or 2 carriers. Who do you think DNS is talking to right now? I don't think he's singing along. You know how people, they mouth the words of the songs they're listening to? You think some people do that with podcasts? They just listen to the same podcast and after a while they just start mouthing along. Maybe that's what DNS is doing. Cold showers are epic. They provide lots of health benefits. Heat therapy is good for my muscles after exercise. It increases brain function and helps with injury prevention. It's possible. They were really stuck in this Phoenix war then? Yeah. Well, you can really get carriers out. Carriers is fine. Usually you see Phoenix, Mothership, then into carriers. And then you're good to go. I hope DNS cannon rushes. That would make my day. Ooh, nice stretch. Ooh. Do like that stretch. Good stretchies. Okay, let's see what happened here then. So that's 4-1. That means that offside is going to be officially above these guys. And they might even pass Starlight Twinkle. Starlight Twinkle, they won 1 point yesterday. They will pass Starlight Twinkle. Thank you, Foo Pepper. Okay, look at this. 2 gate versus 2 gate. Phoenix Mirror is my favorite PvP scenario, really? I don't think I ever had anyone say that. Berserker has the cooler logo? You think so? I think the logo... The problem with logos is they need to be very readable at a small scale. And I don't find that to be the case with the Berserker logo. Berserker? Berserker. Berserker Esports. You miss 4-gate versus 4-gate every game. This is a self-report. Dropped on the head. Diminished brain capacity. Firefly playing Adept into Stargate. It's actually pretty cool. I appreciate Firefly's openers always. You know why? Firefly is one of those guys that isn't a loser. Like sitting back, responding to his opponent. He takes charge and beats people up. Which I think is a high tier move. Like, someone not cool would cancel that. Oh, never mind. He canceled it too. If you're actually very high... Oh, what the hell is this? Oh my god. What in the battery? Thank you, good sir. Oh. I've never seen this particular start. So he scouts with the hallucination. 3 stalker. Higher worker count. Oh, he's gonna find one. He's gonna kill one. He's gonna kill one. And then he just gets Phoenix. Wait, what? Alright, now I'm confused. DNS started an Oracle, then cancelled the Oracle, started a Phoenix. Firefly started a Phoenix, then cancelled the Phoenix, and started a second Oracle. Right? Or am I crazy? Am I just misreading where the unit tab was? I feel like I'm going insane here. Ignore everything I said. Either way, we have Phoenixes being built. I'm right? That's what happened. Okay. I was really confused because they did the opposite of what I think they were supposed to be doing. In my mind, it made sense for Firefly to start a second Oracle, and it made sense for DNS to just have pure Phoenix. Okay, that made no sense for me at all. The negative sense. DNS is in a good spot, actually. A very good spot. Because he can harass, he's already up in workers, and he has the counter to the Oracle. And he's going... I'm never sure about playing Phoenix Robo versus heavy Blink stuff, but I'm also never sure about playing heavy Blink stuff against Phoenix Robo. So, both situations just feel uncomfortable all around. $31 to $38 workers is pretty significant though. Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot that Firefly can do here, you know? Oh, he's gonna find them. And I still haven't found what you're looking for. 5 Phoenixes. That's more than 3. That's significantly more than 3. Come on, fly away. I think you can actually take a third base here if you're DNS and you have an Immortal out. If you don't have an Immortal out, I don't think you're allowed to be on the map, to be honest. He's fighting with the Oracles. Honestly, watching these two play, I feel like I'm starting to... I don't know anything about this game. I mean, I love what DNS is doing overall. But being out that far on the map seems crazy to me. He can lift, he can lift. I would lift, yeah. 100%. We're lifting here. Look at that. That's muscle growth right there. Oh boy, is he lifting. Oh, another one? I'm not sure about that. You individually drop them, so they can't blink away in time. That was a neat play. Still has the Phoenixes alive. Really good position right now for DNS. I don't want to say it's unlosable, but theoretically unlosable. Forged Twilight. Oh, this... Just the move-ins like this make no sense if you know that there's 4 Phoenixes around. This is actually something only a madman should be doing. Because you're just going to be bleeding out Stalkers, which is actually a pretty expensive unit. And you're already down in stuff. You know what would be the sickest play? If DNS walks across the map right now and wins the game. Because it would be objectively a bad call to walk across the map, but it would be very cool. And there's a chance that he kills his opponent, which also is very cool. All of his Phoenixes are so low on energy that he can't even properly harass. Imagine how frustrating that must feel. Here you are with all the time in the world. You find your opponent with their hand in the cookie jar. But you left your Nerf gun at home so you can't shoot them. You killed a lot of workers though, holy crap. DNS also just built 7 gateways at the same time. It's a lot of production. Can you recall out of the lift? Yes, sir. You can. But most of the time you just die. Anyway, ooh, that's -2. Good blink. DNS is going to be upset about that, but Firefly is going to be upset the moment DNS pushes across the map. So the way you move across the map here is you send your Immortals to clear the Stalkers. Ooh, I love that Zealot setup there. I think that's a good setup. This is actually the only thing that Firefly can do. Is just try to go for a run-by with the Zealots the moment his opponent moves out. Because let's face it, he's not going to win a straight-up engagement. So what you do is you try to trick your opponent into moving out, and then you go in. Loving the Dark Shrine here as well. Also actually a good call. That's 4 stars out of 5. Okay, here comes this. It's a little bit early for the Zealot run, but it's too fast. It's way too fast. It's gonna kill 2 of the Zealot. Maybe he has lifts for more. No. The Immortals still need to continue moving forward. Like, the moment the DNS decides to move across the map, he doesn't just win the game, he eats his opponent. And then he's allowed to wear his opponent's skin as well. Like, that's how hard this win is, you know? It is destruction. Every second that goes by isn't even a bad second, but the Dark Shrine could perhaps throw a wrench here into the Frenchies' plans. And boy, do the Frenchies need a W right now. Because they haven't had that many Ws in the past few centuries. Immortals in time. Poof. It's -1. Poof. Here come DTs. Here come DTs. Here come DTs. Oh, he sees him. He sees him. And he's catching him. He's catching him. Ooh, lost his fort, though. Oh, forgets to keep moving. Oh. This is awkward. That's 9 workers down the drain. In a way, this could be good for DNS, because this now triggers him into moving across the map. If he doesn't lose the prism, this is good. If you lose the prison, this sucked. He keeps the prison alive. Okay, now move across. Go, 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 go. Come on, we have +2 about to finish, dude. We need to start making moves. He's actually down in supply right now. He still has 900 gas. So that's a lot of Archons you can build. His opponent is on pure Zealot Stalker, which is also a crap army. If Firefly decides to attack into his opponent right now, that would probably be the worst call imaginable. I don't think there's a worse call that Firefly can make. What Firefly wants to do is sit back. Actually, I don't know what Firefly needs to do. He has no gas. He can only base trade. The only thing Firefly can do is base trade. The moment your opponent moves out is you base trade. So you take map control, you base trade. That's it. DNS should probably be building some cannons. I love the Dark Shrine because defensive DTs are actually quite potent. Here we go. That's a big pickup there. 2 Archons. Not gonna make it though. Oh, a couple of Zealots just being inted. 1 more Archon moving across the map. I mean, theoretically, this is an impossible to lose fight for DNS. Because he has like 8 Archons. Like 10. It's a good angle though. Holy crap, this is the best angle imaginable for Firefly. This was actually by far the best angle Firefly could have gotten, and he still gets eaten alive. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Immortals need to be further in the front. Gonna have another warp in soon. We have a fort base going up behind this too. It's still only 4 base versus really 3. So it's not like Firefly has some huge eco lead. So the longer this goes, the better it's gonna be. Immortals need to blast some of these Stalkers away, to be honest. Lots of Archons here are falling. But yeah, this game is over. And that means we get to go to the series we care about the most today. Oh, Prism, can it die? Can it die? Blink in. Ah, too bad. I can't believe DNS is actually gonna still win this game. It went back and forth. But DNS was so far ahead that it was impossible to lose it. So that's a W for our man here. Yeah, 4-2. I'm surprised we're seeing these recalls, to be honest. It feels like DNS can just, you know, walk in and kill him. Maybe that's not his style, though. Double cannons. This should be game over. And it will be game over. I am inspired by Firefly's grit, though. His ability to continue going when all hope is truly lost. Hey, this is actually a good trade here. Clears 3 Archons for free. Still up an upgrade. Has managed to expand towards the left side of the map once more. Given how over this game is, I'm appreciating what Firefly is doing here for the community. In providing high quality entertainment. Defensive DTs, yeah, it's over Firefly, it's time to go. It's gonna be a W here, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, DNS confused. The wise opponent didn't leave. Alright. Out with this one. It's time, my dear friends. It absolutely is. This is the one I've been hyped for days now. It's going to be Shopify Rebellion versus Weebo Gaming. For the people not familiar with Weebo Gaming, it is the old DKZ Gaming. They're now called Weebo, not Weebo. Weebo Gaming. They have herO, they have SU, they have Oliveira as their top 3 players. They're currently rank 4. That means with a Shopify Rebellion win, without an ace match, we will surpass them and be 4th place. Not guaranteed, but 4th place for now. If we draw, or if we win in the ace, they will be above us still. Their last match will be played against Psystorm Na'Vi, which Psystorm Na'Vi potentially could take him out, but I think Weebo Gaming is favored. If Shopify Rebellion loses and Psystorm Na'Vi wins next week, then we could still get 6th place, which would suck. So, yeah. If we also lose next week, then that is. Because they already played this week. It's unlikely, because next week we play against Starlight Twinkle, which is one of the weaker teams. Bottom 3 team at the moment. But, you know, upsets happen. Technically, we're still capable of getting 3rd place as well. So if we win and get 22 points here, full win, 22 points, Team Liquid versus Team Vitality is next week. And then if we win again, we could get 6 more points here, and then one of them won't, which would be epic. If we win without an ace match, it's very likely we get 3rd. Well, if we win without an ace match, we're below DKZ though. No? Because we get 2 points, they get 1, they have a better map score. And they fight Psystorm Na'Vi. Like, then you believe that Psystorm Na'Vi will force an ace, and we will win straight up here. Oh, without an H? Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. If we win without, yeah, I agree. Yeah. I have such a good feeling about this clan war as well. I heard Lambo has been stuck in custom games against the AI for the past 3 weeks, practicing for this match against Sue. On Amphium specifically. During this process, Lambo reported 5 new bugs to the map maker of Amphium because he knows this map so freaking well. That is the level of preparation that he's going through in the moment. Byun reinvented Golden Aura. Golden Aura is considered a Terran favorite map. Protoss favorite map. Can you see that? Where do you see those stats? I thought they had the stats. Where's the stats at? Oh, here. I'm blind. What? This map is Protoss? Is Terran favorite already? I guess every map is really Terran favorite. It's fair play. Ah, very nice. Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna fill my bottle of water. Oh, sorry. I had a quick taste of the food as well. There we go. This morning, so I always have my, like, this fat bottle. I put it to the left of me. And I always put on the top, you know? So if I accidentally knock it over, water doesn't come out. This morning, I was sitting and I pushed my mic arm to the left. And my mic arm pushed over my water bottle. And I didn't have the top secured. And it was completely full. So it fell down. I think maybe 400 milliliters of water covered my entire floor. But that's also where all my cables are. And my electricity outlet. I thought I was dead when it happened. I was like... And then my PC kept working. My my artificial light, like my key light, kept working. I was like, oh... Nothing dropped. And then I looked. Everything was wet. But we were good. Nothing bad happened. I didn't die. Every appliance that I have installed still works as well. It's the first time in, I think, since I got StarCraft, I can't remember ever dropping water like this in my entire life. I used to just have regular glasses, but because my setup is a little bit more chaotic right now, I decided to start using a bottle and actually turning it on because my desk is a little bit too small for everything that's on it because I have like a microphone. I have like a Rodecaster Pro, which is like a machine with like the dials for the sound, so I can easily like I'll make my sound go down or go up. And also in my own in-ears and stuff. It works very well and I can have very many mics in it. But it takes up a lot of space. So I don't have space anymore for my for a glass of water. Dude, I thought it was over, but it wasn't. I was so happy this morning. You know how sometimes you're not feeling great in the morning and then something terrible happens, but the outcome isn't terrible and you feel lucky and blessed. That's how I feel right now, you know? Today could have been a day where everything would have been broken. My PC, my screen, my everything would have just been destroyed. Could have been in a house fire. But instead, nothing happened. And I get to watch Byun versus herO in best of 2 format in the WTL. Because that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. Byun in the top left, spawning as our blue Terran player. And in the bottom right, we have herO, who got a haircut and is looking fire, I must say. I am loving the improved bowl cut here out of herO. Looking, honestly looking better than ever. So we have the quick harass coming in, double gas out of Byun. This is a Byun standard. New SCV being rallied over as well. Let's see what the hero's plans are. So far, no Reaper wall. Lovely to see. hero's SCV harass is always very, very good. Very, very good. Phenomenal stuff. But he didn't get the block here. Usually he sends it so fast and then he blocks your barracks. There's a lot of Terrans complain about. Oh, Marine first. That's not a build order. Fast factory. So this is a faster factory than usual. Is he going to cancel this still? Okay, he's going to show the Marine into reactor. It's not going to get the probe. Second depot goes down. So this means that your first factory unit is going to be a little bit faster. But you don't have the pressure of a Reaper across the map. And you don't have the scouting of a Reaper across the map. Oh. Let's go. Probe just kind of idling. That is the bad thing though, is that the probe can idle. Because you can't catch it with the Marine. You know, you can try catching it, but you're not going to get it. Oh, we're getting a full swap. It's going to get scouted. Oh, that really sucks. But I'm not biased. So, this objectively is good for herO. And I have no opinion on the matter. Kills the probe. Let's go! I mean, nothing weird happening here. Good probe kill. Stargate coming down. We have a single Cyclone. Now a second Cyclone coming in as well. And the High Ground Command Center. I am really freaking curious what the plans are over here for my good friend Byun. Because I am not seeing it. I'm going to be real with you guys. We reactored out. We reactored a factory. Got 2 Cyclones. We're floating. Oh no, this is the build. This is the actual build. I was telling someone about this the other day, about this particular build. I played a game against Byun at the boot camp, and he played this build. Double gas, into factory, and then he floated... Look at it, he's floating 500 gas 4 minutes into the game. It was the worst build I've seen in my entire life. Like, legitimately the worst. For in a pro game, in the past 5 years. It is so inefficient, it just hurts me to think about. Because you have no pressure on the map. Like, 0. If your opponent opens up with Blink, they're fine. If they open up with Stargate, they're fine. If they open up with Robo, they're fine. They're always fine. The best thing you can hope for with this build is an even game. Which is not a great thing to hope for. Because the worst thing that can happen is that you lose the game if your opponent quickly expands. Imagine herO had opened up Oracle into Triple Nexus after scouting the 3rd CC. This game is legit, like, over. It's legit over. Like, there's nothing that can happen anymore. The only reason this game isn't hugely favored for HeroMarine is because HeroMarine decided, for some godforsaken reason, to keep 4 Phoenixes at home and patrol them. He has 0 information, and despite that, he's still in a completely fine spot. He is in a completely fine spot, despite being blind, playing some of the most defensive StarCraft 2 that HeroMarine has played in his entire life. Battery in the natural, battery at the third, cutting some workers here and there. He's in an okay spot. He's not dead. Whenever you do a build, you always got to ask yourself, what is my build good against? And I think the answer with this build, it's nothing. This build is good against nothing, which is going to make it even more impressive when Byun completely destroys HeroMarine in the incoming mid game. I actually think this might have been the best case scenario here. Theoretically. I can't imagine a better case scenario where there's no information for the Protoss for the first 6 minutes. This is like participating in the 100-meter sprint and then shooting yourself not in just one foot, but in both feet. 5 seconds before the race. You punch the guy that shoots in the air, you take his gun, shoot yourself in the feet. Then you outpace Bolt afterwards. HeroMarine right now is thinking to himself, oh no. He has a 3rd base. And I have not scouted it for a long time. I bet I'm down 25 supply. But he's not, because he's up 13 supply. Byun has been floating more than 400 gas consistently for the past 3 minutes. I mean, the only thing that this did is that it confused the opponent. Taking out your own tech lab also confuses the opponent, by the way. That would have been par for the course with this build. Like, just confusion by itself isn't good enough to make a build viable. Like, if you take out your entire infantry, imagine your goal as England is to attack France. And you tell your infantry to start swimming to America. And the French, they see it. They'll be very confused. But it will still be a fine situation for them defensively. This is the equivalent of a TVP build order. 55 workers to 68. Upgrades are in favor of the Protoss player. Infrastructure is in favor of the Protoss player. If you are a Shopify Rebellion fan, this is not looking great. It is not. Luckily, Byun has been preparing for this moment all his life. Because Byun has been behind versus Protoss more than any other Terran in the entire world. For 2 reasons. 1, he very often gets behind in the early game. And 2, he plays a crap ton of games. So he has the most experience in basically every situation that a Terran can encounter. On top of that, HeroMarine decides to go for Storm. Which is an interesting call. This is I think a recent, semi-recent development in that Protoss players, specifically from Korea, have given up hope when building disruptors and instead are building Storm. I personally am not a huge believer, and MaxSpecs isn't a believer, and the word of MaxSpecs is gospel, so whatever MaxSpecs does, you know, I follow those rules in the mid and late game. Did you tell Byun his build sucks when I played against him? No, but I think I won the game. Which, I don't really win games against Byun when the early game is even. So I think that should have been a tell. I thought the experience was bad enough that he wouldn't, you know, try again. Yeah, double gas into triple CC is... Without factory starport, no harassment is crazy. Because your eco really kind of sucks when you open double gas. And you're just mining so much gas. HeroMarine now taking his 6th base. As well as adding a robotics facility, some cannons. HeroMarine is eating right now, as the kids would say. Which is a positive thing. Ooh, he's gonna give up a Phoenix. Sometimes when I watch a Terran versus a Protoss and I'm cheering for the Terran, I forget midway through that I'm cheering for the Terran. I'm like, oh, this looks really good for us. And then I realize I'm not cheering for the Protoss. Oh, big storms! Huge storms! Going to connect here. Tanks need to move in position. Oh, nasty. We have more storms in that army. Do we have any EMPs available? I feel like that would be kind of key. Getting your 4th base delayed when you're fighting against someone that has 6 bases is not great, usually. Byun is about to finish his 2-2 upgrades. Now, the silver lining of this situation is that he lost 8 workers, and that means that his army is going to be bigger at max out. That is truly the only silver lining that I can currently find in this game. Because there aren't a whole lot of silver linings here, boys. I think what Byun can do is move across the... Oh, he's killing his own Colossus. That is a move. That is actually a move. I don't think the Viking count was big enough yet to deal with all the Colossus, but I appreciate this anyway. I think if Byun decides to sit back and do nothing, he's just gonna lose the game. However, if Byun decides to move out right now, I think he might actually have a timing. He has a lot of Ghost. He actually has a lot of Ghost. He's gonna catch these Zealots. That's a big deal. Hero here not paying attention. This is a start and a half. Here come the storms. That's 1. That's going to be 2. How much splash do we actually have available? That's what I want to know. Okay, we have a random EMPer just kind of roaming around. Some more Zealots being taken out. Byun is still eyeing that 4th base, while HeroMarine is taking his 7th. Starting carrier production. I think this is the only timing that Byun can take to win. There's nothing else. I can't imagine it, at least. 7 base versus 4. Carrier tech versus... Oh my god, he sniped that. Of course he sniped that. Why did I doubt? We're playing on low ping. A TVP. This is where Byun thrives. He's gonna have 2 control groups of units on the map. If he can make a comeback into this game, he's an actual god. Like, it would make no sense. This situation is so bad, it hurts my head. It's giving me migraines thinking about being in Byun's position. Like physical pain. Byun now has taken 10 good trades in a row. This was 6 Zealots for a turret and an SCV. Oh, he almost surrounds that. He almost managed to surround the Disruptor. Here we go. Are we paying attention? No, well, we were paying attention, but it wasn't good enough. We're here across the map right now. The first few carriers are out. Vikings, though, still there to deal with these carriers. As Byun is going to start moving in. Will snipe a lot of stuff. A storm here to zone. Byun managed to cancel his opponent's 7th base. Almost evening up the base count with only 6-4. That is a 50% base lead here for HeroMarine. But the banks are relatively even. More Vikings on the way. You have 7 Templar roaming the map, looking for storms. Let's see if Byun is going to allow any storms to hit his army. We see a Zealot run by heading to the 3rd base. At least I'm seeing it on the mini-map. The Observer is missing it. Oh, now he sees it too. As HeroMarine has another trade here. 1 depot for 5 Zealots. It's one that we'll take. Gravitic boosters now coming in. Storms connect, but this can be... can it be healed? We have so little medevacs. And so little medevacs with energy, specifically. There's a lot of gas in the bank for Byun. Chinese death sounds are so funny. +3 ship weapons is on the way already. There's still a Phoenix on the map as well. There's good upgrades here for the Terran. Vehicle plating level 1, 2. I can't believe these death sounds. They're so good. I think we have 2 starports. EMPs is all we need. Oh, here's a scan. Here's disruptors. Move commanding forward. Fat time warp. So far, an okay fight for Byun. Do we have another scan available? That's the real question. Like, don't forget, we're playing 3 base versus 7 base. 6 base. 4 base versus 6 base. There's not that many orbital commands. We're gonna need a bunch of them. I think Byun is actually taking insanely good fights. Which is good, because he's not allowed to lose even a single fight. If he loses just a single fight, he pretty much loses the game. Because he has no bank. He does not have a bank. Do we have any Templar? Okay, we get another Storm. I can't see how many Storms there are in this army, though. It's hard to... Oh, holy crap, never mind. Oh, that's plenty. Not all of them are ready yet with a Storm, but that's a lot of Templar. Oh. Couple of fat EMPs as the Vikings start going to work. Mothership goes down. Do we still have EMPs for those boys in the back? I do hope we do. Trying to chase a Terran army is difficult. EMPs not connecting before the storms do. This was a good fight resource lost wise for Byun, but a bad fight in the context of this game, I think. Because his army is pretty butchered. We need a much higher ghost count in order to be able to deal with this. Because Hero can just keep throwing stuff at his opponent. Vikings need to be repaired. Oh, these SCVs perhaps in trouble. Observer will get sniped. We have one more storm. I think that's going to be it with the storms, though. We need repair on the Vikings. We need +3 vehicle plating at some point. Here comes another split of some zealots. As we see 5 zealots going down, 1 tank falling. Comes an attack onto the carriers. Do we still have storms? I think we have 1 storm available, but maybe we don't. So that carrier goes down. Oh my god, 2 carriers go down. That's pretty quick. Liberators in the back helping out against the interceptors. Carrier forces just gonna get completely ripped to shreds. Byun is eating his opponent alive here. Nom nom nom. Come here with that bowl cut. We can eat you whole. Byun's gonna cancel this 7th base one more time. Has his own 5th base. Don't forget, this was 3 base versus 6. Now it's going to be 5 versus 6. Hero is down in supply. As he creates 10 more zealots, he starts attacking his own... Oh, look at that. His own gateway. An interesting maneuver. It's a maneuver I think that might have been to free those disruptors, though. It's a large Viking army, which could actually be an issue. You know that? Byun just rubbed his nose and lost a unit. Byun's also trying to take his 6th base at this point, while Hero continues building carriers. I actually think the best move Hero could have made is go into a ground army at this point, so that the carriers, the Vikings, they aren't useful anymore. But building more carriers means that these Vikings stay useful. So you give your opponent an asset, that the Vikings remain an asset rather than a liability. He doesn't need to get rid of them anymore, which is an issue. Nice, Tim. I don't understand how he's always looking. He just doesn't get hit. He just doesn't get hit by disruptor shots. Make that make sense. He's gonna take out these rocks so he can potentially set up a huge flank. He's getting Liberator range as well. Like, once you get Liberator range and you're fighting against Byun, life is not fun, let me tell you. We have Blink DT. That is a potential game changer. That is a potential game changer. Absolutely. We have 2 Cyclones, 5 Marauders, and a Priest walking into a bar. Not quite sure yet where the punchline is, but the 7th base will survive for now. This is a fight that I don't think Hero can take. The Observer is so afraid of seeing this fight that he moves the camera away. First few carriers are falling. Storm's not quite connecting here with this army. Liberators can siege up. Viking count is freaking insane here. As every single carrier will end up falling. But don't forget, the actual fighting army of Byun is hot balls right now. It is 20 Vikings and a couple of ground units. Liberator's gonna siege up. hero's out of cash. He's lost 17 workers somehow behind all of this. Vikings can still land and deal damage, but Disruptors are good against landed Vikings because Vikings are difficult to micro. EMP's connecting with everything as a Purification Nova, the first one of the game that's going to connect. A couple of these Vikings will land. Disruptors, as mentioned before, are good against this. Let's see what the Vikings' plans are. Byun outmining his opponent for the first time in this 20-minute game. He snipes a lot of units from the sides as more Archons going down. Vikings moving towards the bottom right now, wanting to clear a base. Byun, does he still have EMPs in this army? Does not have the energy. Needs the Caduceus Reactor upgrade to finish up. As the march of the Vikings to the left here. We're gonna force out a recall. I think you want to fight this, yeah. Vikings actually have a lot of DPS, and you kind of want to get rid of them anyway. He's gonna move them back, but he lost a bunch of them. He can increase his Liberator count, increase his Bio count. Here come a couple of Disruptors, but once again, it always is Byun who looks first in these engagements. Byun is just faster mentally, it seems like. He is there. The multitasking is on point. I mean, if herO is the first one to look at that, it's great, but it's just not the case. Liberator sieging up, chasing Templar. That's the first time I'm seeing this, as Byun is eating his opponent whole. This is insane. Complete destruction. Complete destruction. Byun down 3 bases to 6. Losing his 4th base while his opponent is finishing up the 6th. That's the situation we were in. Carriers come out and the game just turns around, as the carrier is not the unit you want against someone like Byun. He has figured out how to beat it. He has figured it out. As this defense is going to be banging. Doesn't lose a unit to these Disruptor shots. Look at this micro. No, it's actually going to get a hit there. As, no, that completely whiffs. This one's going to go down before it gets to connect. One more Ghost falls. Do believe we have plenty of units, as Byun actually is down in income again. But yeah, such a huge lead. Look at that. 4 Liberators. That is the Terror Squad right there. That is the Terror Squad. Ooh, Disruptors now perhaps gonna connect. No, they're not gonna connect. Why do I try? Look at this control. As if controlled by an AI. As if controlled by an AI here. Byun with phenomenal micro. Will lose a couple of Liberators with the rally, but is killing workers at the same time. I'm not even sure where it's happening. Neither does herO. Neither does Byun. Byun is juggling so many balls right now that he can't even count them anymore. As poof. There we go. Disruptors get blasted as Byun takes game number 1. herO is ready to tap out with a rapid GG. Right now. He's ready to go. Anytime now. We're all waiting for it, herO. You can stop if you want. There we go. GG. Beautiful stuff. Game 1 here in favor of the Shopify Rebellion. Byun starts cleaning his glasses. They got him dirty from all the nasty tricks that he pulled in that last game. Yeah, Byun is legit goated. If you can win a game like this, you're the GOAT. That's all you need. Three versus 7 base is better for Terran. I mean, what can Protoss even do? So what Protoss could have done here is Protoss could have not teched into carrier. If you have a massive eco lead, you want to probably be trading with units as much as possible rather than going for big engagements, right? You don't want maxed out engagements. You want engagements the entire time where you're trading units because you have huge eco. So you want to play Stalker Disruptor, Stalker Zealot Disruptor, and then get a lot of gateways, 20, 25 gateways, so you can have rapid reinforcements into the battle. Carrier is possibly the worst choice of army in that case. DTs would be great because they're very expensive, but you can always force a trade with them. So if your opponent ever gets a 5th base, having like a squad of 10 DTs that you can just instantly warp in because you're floating 8k, that's brilliant. Like, this game should have been guaranteed over in favor of herO. This is nothing to do with balance and everything to do with HeroMarine picking the carrier instead of just massing gateway units, getting 5 robotics facilities and pumping immortals or disruptors out at a high pace. Like, it was impossible for HeroMarine to die. He had every type of AoE, and then he went into carriers and started losing fights. I don't even think mass carrier is that great of an army, unless you're completely stable with cannons and you're playing it very slow with Tempest. Otherwise, I think carrier armies, not actually that great. They usually lose to Viking Ghost, especially once Liberators get into the mix. Byun was already producing Vikings and HeroMarine saw that, then went carriers. I'll one-up that one, even. HeroMarine killed his own Colossus, realizing there were too many Vikings for them, only to transition into carriers. Like, that's just a mistake. That's just a mistake. Just like Byun's early game was a mistake. That is not a good build. We're going to have a talk with him later today. After he carries our team to victory by winning 2-0 versus HeroMarine. And then, if necessary, he'll also destroy anyone that gets put against him in the ace. Then we'll still tell him, you know, Byun, you don't have to be down 20 supply with a triple CC versus Stargate opener. You don't have to. What was the decision to not have you play today, Captain? The decision to not make me play can only be described as a lapse of judgment by the people in charge. If you have someone like me at your disposal and you bench me on purpose, not a good look, let me tell you. Not a good look. The fans will want answers. The fans will get answers. Now, what the person that benched me might be capable of showing is the following. The statistics. Byun, rank 3. A win rate of 80% for the Shopify Rebellion. Actually, can you... Oh, you can put it in team order. That's really cool. Byun, 80%. Lambo, 70%. Scarlett, 58%. And Harstem with a whopping score of 4 to 10 at 29%. To the amateur eye, these seem like good arguments. But I bring a certain aura to the team that I think can't be denied. All right. That's it for game number 1. So we're heading into our second map here between Byun and HeroMarine. The aura of losing? Oh, piss off. I'm like one of these debuffs that you can put on the opponent, you know? When wearing the Harstem cloak, your team will perform 33% less. All right. Game sound a little too quiet. Is that better? Having a scapegoat is always nice. All right. Ooh, what do we have here? Game number 2. Oh no, is he gonna play the same build? Marine first into double gas. He's taking a sip from his... What was he taking a sip from? Is that boxed water? Please. I mean, if he plays the same build here, I'd be shocked. If he plays a different build that looks the same, I'd kind of like it. I think that would be a good call. We're also going to get a low ground CC here, which is actually kind of cool. Good scout here, out of HeroMarine. Sees the Cyclones, or at least can assume that it's going to be Cyclones. Pretty much instantly. So we see Stalker into Twilight. Yeah, I'm getting a knot in my stomach just looking at this opener. You know that? Okay, we have a Tech Lab for the barracks. 2 more Cyclones, okay. Okay, this is something different. It's still not something that I'm particularly fond of. I think multi-Cyclone openers really have fallen off. I don't find them extremely useful, to be honest. Majority of the time when I see them, I think to myself, oh, that's kind of nice for me. As this adept makes its way into the main base, there's no battery! There's simply no battery! He's just gonna win the game with his first move out? He skipped the battery! Against a factory reactor! I hadn't even considered this possibility. What? This has been illegal since the early 1500s. This is... You had the witch burnings and then the burnings of the people that skipped the battery against factory reactor. That never got changed. Boss, this game is not going well for me. Yeah, sure. Yeah, my mouse also stopped a couple of times in this WTL, let me tell you. I've been struggling with that too. Regame, please. My battery didn't build. Probably something with the mouse. That's a good attempt, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, no way. Alright. Cyclone still banging out a couple of these stalkers. I just can't believe he won with this. Okay, it's not over yet, but it's actually a good spot. It's actually a good spot. 29 workers to 31 is really good for Terran. Like, really, really good for Terran. SEV stays alive is going to get another scout in as well. Like, this is not a great look. Oh, no way. If he would have gotten that, I would have actually flown to Korea to hand, you know, to hand deliver him some roses or something. Holy crap, that would have been sick. Ooh. Nice play there out of herO. Is going to keep these stalkers alive and snipe that last Cyclone. Good lord, what an early game. Dark Shrine is going to be the follow-up, which is very understandable. herO is in a god-awful spot right now. God-awful spot. We have 3 barracks. We have the starport coming in. Like, if herO decides to stay on gateway tech, he's probably going to be in a world of trouble. I wouldn't even mind if he throws down a fast RoboBay behind it. So we get Prism, RoboBay, and just a heavy commitment here on 2 bases. I think that... I guess he also needs the 3rd base, though. So you couldn't even do that, most likely. Next observer is flying in. Of course, DTs are always a threat and are something that could help you come back into the game. herO here is going to get a snipe on one of the Marines. That's a nice start for him. I mean, if he wants to get back into the game, he needs to get something done. This is such a wild move out, by the way. I can't stress how wild of a move out this is. I find it hard to believe Byun's going to commit. I find it hard to believe Byun's going to commit. But I'm actually really afraid here right now, though. Because these DTs, they scare me. These DTs, they really do scare me. Double DT warp in. We don't have a turret. We don't... Oh, no, it starts now. Oh, we have plenty of scans available. We have 3 scans. If he drops the mules before the turret finishes, I'm actually going to lose my marbles. He's baiting him. He's baiting him with the observer. He baited out a scan with the observer. You saw that he started moving it so that he could see the glimmer. Nice move. Really nice move even. DT's not moving in yet though. So he's going to wait. He's being patient. And we have disruptors as the first unit, which is honestly the perfect comeback call. herO is doing everything perfect here. DTs, patient with the DTs, which is really big. He's getting the disruptors. He needs vision on the map though. Ooh, this might be too fast. This might be too fast here, brother. This might just be a little bit too quick. So he gets the scan, but you need kills with this. You need kills with this. Forcing out a scan and a turret is not going to cut it, my dear friend. You have another turret coming in, so that's turret number 3. This depot is going to be given up. And I think Byun here... Ooh, could get maybe a kill on a stalker. At the same time, we have this in the main base still happening. didn't want to use a scan. This is a huge army. Double disruptors, though, moving in forward. Will they be capable of getting to the ramp? What do we have up here? We have the disruptor shots. They're moving in. Oh, that's good enough for Byun, I think, because he's going to get a Stalker. Yes, he loses a tank and a bunch of his bio. Do we have charge lots yet? No, we don't. He's gonna snipe this thing. Tank sieges up. Disruptor coming from the left side. We have more bio moving across the map right now. Oh, it's a close one. It's a close one. Those two disruptor shots were really big. As a DT drop, really nice move. hero's playing one hell of a comeback game. This has been going perfect for him with those disruptors. Absolutely. Now it's actually a pretty scary spot. Hero is in an okay worker position. His eco is fine. His upgrades suck. And he doesn't have consistent AoE, which is going to be an issue. Here comes the disruptor. Here comes the disruptor. No shot. I thought he was going to go straight drop to the natural. He was thinking about it. Oh. Still two disruptors here. First shot's going to miss. Second shot going to connect. Oh no. As this fight is not in favor of Byun. And slowly but surely, Byun is bleeding units here. He has a drop on the right side as well. So what are the ups, what are the downs? The ups are that we have better upgrades for Byun. The sad part here is that the third base isn't done. Our eco is not that bad, 54 to 64. What is it, that one? hero's playing like a god, by the way. Absolutely. This is a legendary comeback. Oh, Blink DT already. Blink DT at this point. Double Forge, which I think is the correct call. 5 Rex is about to finish up. We're gonna hit some fat mules. I'm not loving this spot here that we're in right now. I'm just not loving this spot. If we can get to 130, 140 supply, there's no upgrades, and we can get Ghost out, I think Byun is banging. He absolutely is. However, if we can't hit a Ghost timing before 1-1 finishes, or we don't get to move out across the map, I think Hero might actually just be back into the game. Like, there's still some advantages here for Byun. The fact that you're playing against an unupgraded Gateway army, sure, with Disruptor backup, but Disruptors are not that brilliant. They really aren't. I don't know what happened here. Don't forget, once you have an armor upgrade and no attack upgrade, DTs don't actually one-shot SCVs anymore, which is just the saddest interaction in the world. There are actually no sadder interactions than that. Having a specialized worker harasser not capable of one-shotting a single worker. Losing that Prism is actually a huge blunder. It's going to perfectly coincide with Ghost coming out as well. So we see big investments coming out of Hero. High worker count, fort base. We have the double upgrades coming in, more disruptors. The problem is going to be the next 35 seconds. This is the potential problem. Ooh, mine's going to miss. Dealing with drops and split armies is really hard if you're not in position or if you don't have vision. It is so freaking tricky. Oh! Byun was not paying attention there, gets eaten alive. He's gonna try sniping one disruptor, good pickup. It is not looking bright here for our Terran superstar. It is not looking bright for our Terran superstar, who's adding 3 more barracks. And he starts his +2 armor before his +2 attack. Please start a +2 attack as well. There we go. Nice. 8 Rex though on 3 bases. It's a rare maneuver. We don't see very often. Good start of a fight for Byun. Oh my god, he's sniping disruptors for free! He's going to lose a couple of units. Doesn't have a boost available apparently. And doesn't get the damage that he needed to on the other side. I think Byun might have lost. I'm pretty sure Byun has lost. don't think there's any way to engage into this army. There's no fort base. Ooh. Medevac's trying to come back home. Two massive comebacks in this series. Two massive comebacks in this series. Hero was in an awful spot and continuously good trades are what kept him in. Same thing that kept Byun in game number 1. That's going to tie up the clan war between Weebo Gaming and Shopify Rebellion. No, Hero's looking happy. He did not deserve that. He did not deserve that win. Up next, Scarlett Oliveira. Fun games to watch. Dude, they're epic. What the hell? Not gonna lie, they've been good games. Not the one I was expecting. Scarlett versus the God of Atrax. Yeah. Didn't deserve the game because he didn't make an early battery and made a huge comeback. Yeah, that's why. Lost in the theory part. This is like filling in your name in the... Forgetting to fill in your name in the form. You know, you have to do it. You can complain about it, but you just have to fill in your name. If you don't fill in the name, you're not going to get a W. The mouse getting fixed did it for him. Facts. Harstem, how long is your mewing streak? What the hell is mewing? Is this some weird zoomer thing again? God, I freaking hate zoomers. Mewing is a technique for flattening your tongue against the roof of your mouth that's supposed to change your jawline and face shape. Yeah, I never heard of this in my life. Is the Zoolander look? What the hell is Zoolander? Why do you guys always make me Google so much? Oh, I've seen that movie, I think. Is Zoolander the movie where the guy ends up getting hunted because he's the beast? No, it's a satire on the fashion industry. Which movie am I thinking about? I think it's also with Ben Stiller. Is it? I like Will Ferrell. It's a comedy. And you have a guy that takes some potion and he turns into an animal or something. And in the at some point, I think they try to hunt him or something. It might be Jim Carrey and not Ben Stiller. No, Jim Carrey's in The Mask. Harry Potter? No, it's not Harry Potter. That's a completely different movie. With Rob Schneider? Yeah, Rob Schneider is in there. I think Rob Schneider is in this film. Is it called The Animal? Rob Schneider, oh, it's just called The Animal. Zoolander is very different. Dude, I can't keep all of them apart. You have like Rob Schneider, Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller. They all their movies blend together in my head. And then I can't remember who played in which one. It's The Animal with Rob Schneider. Jim Carrey isn't in there? I thought Jim Carrey was the animal. Or is Rob Schneider the animal? Jim Carrey is in there, right? I think there's something in the Bible like this. I don't think that's true, but I haven't read that, so you might be right. Jim Carrey was Ace Ventura. Do they hunt Ace Ventura? Or no? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not interested anymore. Let's watch this game. Okay. Zerg versus Terran. Scarlett versus Oliveira. Shopify Rebellion versus Weebo Gaming. It's going to be an epic match. Oliveira has shown an ability to use the 8-Rex strategy. Despite it being scouted, despite it being known that this is going to be played from the very start, still capable of using it to great effect. I'm fully expecting that. I'm fully expecting an 8-Rex. Alcyone is a map where 8-Rex definitely is viable. You were once invited by a Dutch Uber driver to lunch with his family and they all just read the Bible instead of eating? That sounds wild. That sounds like one of those stories that you made up. If I would have said that story, no one would have believed me. So they didn't eat and just read the Bible and they invited you for that and they called it lunch. That's a wild move. Honestly, I kind of respect the hustle there. That's a big play. All right. Let's see what we have here. That Reaper's gonna die. That's neat. You have a Roach Warren. Ooh, skip on the link speed. Right? Or is the link speed done? I can't remember seeing link speed. 2 cars now moving onto the map. There's no link speed. The thing with not having link speed is that you don't want to show that you don't have it. You know what I mean? It's important that that remains hidden. Very important. It's like Attack on Titan being your favorite TV show. That's a fact that you don't want anyone to find out. Then they know you're into anime. 7 roaches? I'm not sure if these are defensive roaches or aggressive roaches. Oh, please scout this with the drone. No. Oh, we're seeing it. Of course we're seeing it. Hellion drop. Do we have roaches coming out in the main right now? Do we? Okay, there's 2 roaches coming out in the main. There's a 3rd roach there already. That's big. That's very big. There's a Liberator that's popping soon. Scarlett has a neat drone count. Is building a fort base. We have 4 more Hellions going towards the top side of the map as well. 2 E-base popping for Oliveira. Here comes Oliveira. Roaches are gonna meet this. Good control. Very nice control. Scarlett so far with the perfect defense. Oh, the perfect defense taking a small hit. Liberator. Oh my god, this was the perfect defense. It was bait. Liberator sieges up like a clown in there. The same time we have these Hellions popping into this base. We have a full pool on the drones. 3 more fall. 7 fall. But this is drone territory right now. We're droning till we die. A great start here. 6 Hellions falling. Liberator dealing almost no damage. I think the medevac ended up dying too. So that is a drone per unit. That is a great trade here that Scarlett took. Double Evo chambers coming down. Ten more drones. Straight infestation pit. Oh, I'm feeling this game. We have a 4 CC coming in. So that instantly dispels the belief that there might be an 8-Rex coming in. What are these 3 Overlords doing here? It's a weird place to have a tea party. It's the last time that that Overlord gets to pick where they hold it. Yeah, the rest was already on the way. Back home, grandmas. Drinking 3 tea near the creep. There's no Overlord speed yet either. Hydra then on the way. 80 drones. Straight into Hive. Like, this has to be one of the best openers a Zerg can dream for. Can hope for. Can pray for. 14 more workers? On 4 bases. I'm not calling it suspicious, but that's suspicious. What are we gonna do with 92 drones? You know there's 10 drones in there that are just being built to die. Scarlett might be anticipating to losing workers. Because that is wild. 5th base is just now started. You know, I'd love to see a gold base here as well. At the same time as this bottom base. We have spores in the main? Ooh, we don't. Okay, that's kind of nasty, not gonna lie. Yeah, nice try, queens. Or sorry, nice try Metavex. There's queens there. Scarlett's playing a banging game. Scarlett actually is playing a banging game. 17 roaches? That feels like a lot of roaches for the situation, no? Dude, this must be so frustrating. Flying around with Medevacs. You don't have any anti-air. It's gonna be Road Ravager Viper. Of 88 drones. Okay, we have a move out into the middle of the map. You just lose Medevacs to Biles? I didn't know that was possible. Surely this is not the trait that Oliveira wants, right? Is it? What was that? Why would you want to trade against pure Roach? With unsieged tanks? A confusing maneuver here out of the Chinese Terran. Love his shirt, by the way. That color is very pretty. Like the greenish, it's like a light green. It's very nice. Tanks once again are unsieged. We have a Nidus network now coming up. Oliveira, I'm surprised what he's doing here. I think this might be the first time in the history of StarCraft 2 that someone managed to underestimate the Roach. The Roach is the unit that never performs well. Yeah. These dudes you have big hopes for. Never really kicks off. Okay, we now have 6 lurkers. Oliveira has supply block at 148. What? He just hit his own table? Why did he smash his table? You see that? Cheeky mid-game tilt. He's still in it. This is the beauty of playing Terran. You always have second chances and third chances. So yeah, toxic relationship. Terran just keeps coming back. What? I guess the Nidus was gonna go up, and that was it. A win is a win. Yeah, we take it. This is a mental victory. What's the chance he just leaves game 2 at the start? Good for us, but I'm surprised. Oliveira is one of the players that I always thought had an extremely strong mental game. You know? But maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever seen a mid-game keyboard smash either. That is very rare. The power of the Roach is psychological. Don't forget to respect the reigning world champion. Yeah, I respect Oliveira massively. That's why I'm so surprised by this. I don't think his position was so bad. In my opinion, he's one of the best late game players. At least when I played him in TVP, he always felt very methodical, very solid, very calm, very patient. His ability to turn bad situations into good situations. That was why I'm so confused by it. Because he is one of the players that is really sick at this. Either way, game number 2 on the way. He's already slouching in his chair. It's good news for Scarlett. Good news for us. We really need to win this clan war. And we need to win it pre-ace, ideally. If we win pre-ace, then there's a very good chance we're getting a 3rd place in the WTL. And that's a really nice seeding. Which would be sick. Rumor on the street is that some amount of teams are going to be flown to China as well to play from there. Which would be really cool. I think that's going to be my first team event with like the team since I played Nation Wars in 2018, if we managed to qualify for that. Nation Wars in 2019 maybe. It's been a very long time since we had a pure team event offline. This is me after my first ladder game of the day. Me after I get Ravager Ling all in after no scouting and playing triple CC before barracks. Freaking cheaters. And I believe in the mental power of Oliveira here as well. I'd be shocked if he's just gonna throw it away. Sometimes also, when people are angry, they play more aggressive strategies. And I think Oliveira is really sick with the Atrax. So maybe that's the aggressive strategy we're gonna see. Is this a common loser pick map, by the way, in this matchup? Oceanborn. I thought Dynasty was the #1 pick. Such a powerful map for Terran. That's what I heard at least, but doesn't seem to be the case. Amphion also I heard bad stories about from Zerg players. I heard a lot of bad stories about a Crimson Court. Zerg struggle with massively. I didn't know Oceanborn was gonna be the pick here. I really thought it was going to be Crimson Court. I think is the #1 pick for Terrans. Such a good Atrax map, such a good map for late game, such a good map for mid game. Ghost River, good for late game. There's really 5-6 maps that you could pick as a loser's pick, I guess. Yeah, hate to see it. Triple CC opener here for Oliveira. Queen's moving out. Just going to deal with that Reaper. Love that first tumor position, by the way. So you get a delay here on the starport. No, starport comes down. Second gas in the main base. And then helium production. So this is feeling very, what do you call it? Cloaky. Benchy-ish. Cloak benchy-ish. That's how it feels. Second gas. Oh, Scarlett. What's the second gas for? And that Roach Warren. What? Ooh, a third gas. Ah, it's the wrong build order though. Unless it's going to be like a Liberator opener. I'm not sure how fast your gas is supposed to be with that. If this is a Banshee start against 3 gas Ravager Ling, it's going to be rough. I think it's actually... Oh, it's Viking. Into Marine? This is good news. I didn't know you took your second gas that fast. I thought usually you got Hellion and then second gas if you played Viking. Oh, but he's faking Cloak. Ah. So that's why he took the fast second gas, I guess? I think it's fake Cloak, or he's gonna go Banshee speed, but that would be very weird. We don't really see that, to be honest, as an upgrade. So I think it must be a fake. Scarlett, however, has decided not to scout because she's all-inning. Okay, it's gonna be a Banshee anyway. So it could be Banshee speed? Viking into Banshee speed, but that means there's only going to be 1 Banshee instead of 2. That's good news for me. Scarlett with phenomenal unit movement. Look at this. These Hellions are seeing nothing. Seeing nothing. Rallying the units across the map appropriately is so tricky. Oh, now they're gonna get spotted. Lynx will start moving across. Might stop the full wall here. Oh, if you can catch these Hellions outside, that's huge. But she can't. SCV's instantly being pulled away. Okay, we have a Banshee out. A depot doesn't get cancelled. That's a good start. That's a good start. All of these depots will end up falling. Behind this, we have drones, not Lynx. We had a lot of drones coming out, but it's going to be drones, not Lynx. I think Scarlett ideally wants to get up this ramp as well. Could even try clearing... Oh, there we go. Look at that. Reactor plus depot in some trouble. Maybe could even try clearing something else here. Ravager's moving in forward. Is going to clear this. Oliveira massively supply blocked here. 52 drones to 39. 6 workers fell, which is more than should have, because all workers should have been pulled to the high ground here, in my mind. Stim finished up. Reactor, 1 reactor has fallen. So the counterattack isn't going to be as strong as Oliveira would have liked. Don't have any spores here. Hope we have a spore in the main base. It's not going to be cloak on them, so it's not necessary if you have queens there, but you can't have queens in all bases, at least not enough queens. Okay, here come the Banshees. It's going to get 4 or 5 kills at an instant. Yeah, this is a problem. This is an actual problem. These Banshees are at high speeds as well. There's no spore in the main yet. That's 4 more kills instantly, maybe 5. Good control here. Oliveira is taking back control of the game. 11 kills. That is much, much more than he ever should have gotten. In an ideal world. Scarlett knew that Banshees were out. So that delayed spore was perhaps a mistake. Perhaps a mistake. 60 drones to 46 SCVs. Massive supply block again for Oliveira. Look at that. 3 depots at the same time at 85. We don't have a fort base yet. We do have an infestation pit and we have melee and carapace coming in as our first set of upgrades. Which is reasonably timed. Very reasonably timed. I don't mind it at all. Ooh, Banshee almost dies. Fort base needs to start soonish. As 5 more drones hit the field. It's going to maybe be like an ultra rush or something. 3 more barracks coming in. Wait a second. Ooh, infestors. I've never seen this before. Infestor into hive. Gets the Banshee. So it's 8 racks here for Oliveira. Oh, she's gonna have infestors to deal with the first drop. I once played against this with my Terran. Pick StarCraft did that against me. And he ate my first drop with the fungal and then biles and then queens. And I was not happy. Let's see if it's gonna be the same now. Fort base is gonna get cancelled. Fungal's not gonna be in time. Ideally the infestors don't even show then, so maybe you can surprise them later. Combat shield on the way to 2 stars. I mean, eco is relatively close. We have a scan to the main base seeing a hive. There's burrow on the way, which is, I guess, a reasonably big deal. Here comes the 8 racks. Oh, neat positioning here with those Marines. Needs to cancel. Okay, good. Do get the cancel. Get to clear this. Oh, look at the cash in the bank here for Scarlett. This is an issue. This is an issue. There's so much cash in the bank. 35 Banes at once. Come on. Oh, fat fungals here. Neat biles as well. This base is probably going to end up falling. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. There's only 2 tanks though with this force. Is there? 3 tanks. 3 tanks with this force. Force is largely on creep. Here come Banelings moving in. Large Baneling count. Tanks weren't quite sieged up. Biles not connecting yet. As it's not enough Banes. This is going to be a W here for Oliveira. Oliveira's still upset though. Still upset. Wanted to win 2-0. Instead gets a 1-1. And that means it's going to depend on Sue versus Lambo here. For the finals. All right. Thank you, by the way, Barnacle Bob, for the Twitch Prime. I'm not sure how I missed that. I must have just not heard it. But thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate the Twitch Prime. Bam, ba-dim, ba-dim, ba-dim. Also, thank you, Dylan Knighting, for the £5. I missed that earlier as well. Happy birthday, Captain. Have a tiramisu on me. I don't actually think I'm going to eat tiramisu today. But I now regret not making that choice earlier. Thanks, buddy. Harstem for a potential ace match? Actually, yeah. Let me check the map. That's actually a good point. I hadn't considered the ace match. Never mind, it's Ghost River. Yeah, maybe I'll play. We'll see. Wait, why are my alerts not playing? Oh, you see that? It just went away. An anonymous gifter gave herO a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for gifting a sub to herO, buddy. I appreciate it. herO's also someone that needs it. Cannot afford the subs himself. I heard he spent his entire winnings on new golf balls. All millions of dollars. But much appreciated. Even better, bust out your Terra and double Rex Marauder them. Okay, unironically, I believe that if I were to play against herO and herO wouldn't know it was me, that I would beat him with the proxy Marauder. I'm not even joking. I really believe in my own abilities. The problem is we can't test it. What I want to do sometime is next time I'm bootcamping with Byun, I'll message herO from Byun's Discord account in Korean, say, hi, go games, when Byun's at the toilet. Then I start a game against herO. I proxy 2-Rex Marauder him. Then I send him a picture of me flexing with the winning screen on Discord, and I go away without Byun noticing any of this. I think that is my plan. Hey, thank you, Cabertino. 40-month reset, much appreciated, brother. Do you speak Korean? No, but that can be learned. Double Rexing Marauder like I do, it can be learned. It's an innate skill. Does Irene speak much? Yeah, she speaks quite a lot. I mean, not a crazy amount. It's not like she's yapping the entire day, but she speaks. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's my birthday today, Mitch. Most definitely. I turned 30 today. Oh, you meant Korean? Yeah, I mean, yes, she speaks Korean. Yeah, of course she speaks Korean. Not in general. Well, you asked, does she speak much? Like, what do you want me to say to that? How am I supposed to infer what you meant there? All right, my dear friends. Lambo versus Sue. To bring it all home for the Shopify Rebellion. Here on Amphion. Lambo opening up with a hatch first versus Sue's hatch first. Now people will look at this and think to themselves, hey, that looks a lot to me like it's going to be a matchup mirror. And thus, both players are equally smart, but that's not true. Because Lambo is favored in a macro game. So anything that gets them into a macro game is going to be good for Lambo here. Every move that Su copies of his opponent is a win for Lambo. Because Lambo understands every move. You know, Su is the copycat that tries to trace the Mona Lisa. Lambo created the Mona Lisa. Not many people know that, but it's true. Who do you think is the better artist? Of course, the dude that initially drew it. Didn't need tracing paper like Su does. Every ZVZ move invented in the past 6 years has been invented by Lambo. He doesn't just understand this matchup. He created it. Lambo's floating a lot of money. I wonder where that was. Probably was a good reason for it though. Did he get supply blocked here, or is this part of the build? I haven't seen this before in the build. Su is also supply blocked, but more heavily supply blocked. Is he gonna play 28 hatch? He's playing 28 hatch, but he didn't send out his drone in time, so he's actually playing 29 hatch. Okay, wild moves here. Wild moves all around. As we have the 32 standard hatch coming out of Lambo, both of them expanding in a line. Lambo is up 4 workers already with nothing happening in this game. This is the X factor that people often talk about when they talk about Lambo. This is why they know. This is why everyone knows that he's the greatest player. As he's roaming around the map. Rapidly making this map his own. He sniffs, he marks his territory. He pees on his opponent's hatchery. Classic Lambo. Up 3-2 supply for no reason whatsoever. Classic Lambo. 5 drones while his opponent is only building 3. Classic Lambo. Baneling nests are going to be finishing at a similar time. Let's see. Who will be the first gangster to have speed? Lambo, of course. By a solid 2 seconds. Much quicker speed than his opponent. 1 safety Baneling for Lambo. Just a single one. Gets the scout in as well. Sees nothing of interest. But seeing nothing of interest is also interesting.
Enlightener R super chatted $2.18. Where is the party hat?
We actually do use party hats for my birthday. Whenever it's my birthday, I wear a party hat and I make the dog wear a party hat and we take a picture. And Irene also. There, so I have a picture of me, the dog and Irene all with party hats. I think that's my favorite birthday tradition now. It's very funny to me when he wears the birthday hat. Either way, a little bit of a... Ooh, this doesn't look so good for Lambo. I think we're dead. Loses 4 drones. Gonna lose this queen as well. Which is not a great look here for the German Zerg. Lambo also hasn't started his +1 attack yet. Or a lair. And both of these things are kind of useful to have. Especially the +1 I'm starting to worry about. Behind this, Su building 4 overlords at the same time. Lambo, despite losing... Despite losing 5 drones, still up in drones by 5. Will be forced to pulling them all away though, as he lost a lot of links to a single Bane. Queen stuck in between the minerals. Lambo's still up in supply, but that's mainly because he built roaches and his opponent hasn't. Su is honestly playing a banging game so far. Oh, it's gonna cancel the 3rd. Well, it's not a cancel, it's a kill. Rough start here for the German Zerg player. Who's now down 23 supply, but with faster layer tech. Meanwhile, Su is building roaches without roach speed. At a constant pace. Is getting a Ravager as well. 26 army supply to 49. Lambo here moving across the map is probably going to be forced to run back home. Yes, Duck is still in run. Su supply block does help Lambo. Because that means Su can build so many units. Now some of the overlords finish up. Lambo still down in the army supply pretty significantly.
Nate super chatted $2. Harstem, you have a commander voice StarCraft yet?
No, I haven't. I don't think that will ever happen. But it's still my dream. Oh, so we have a bit of a Roach versus Roach battle here. A bit of a Roach versus Roach battle. We have a massive Roach versus Roach battle. I think Stu just has too many units, to be honest. GG gets called. Lambo loses game 1. That means in order to win now, we need to force an ace match. Dude, Su's hair looks banging as well. It's very long, though. Oh. Thank you for the 2 USDs, by the way, Nate. Much appreciated. Thank you, Rob007 Dust, for the 100 bits. Su is incredibly good looking. Really? I can see it. He's an attractive man. Really is. Now Central? Yeah. Next server is going to be Central. So it's going to be Europa favored. Did we have a room review already for Su? It looks cool, to be honest. I'm a huge fan of Su's room.
Get some superior Gouda cheese.
Happy birthday, Cap. Get some superior Gouda cheese. Thank you, Dmitry Selevinov, for that. 20 Polish zlotys. Much appreciated, brother. I'll keep this on. Otherwise, the alerts don't play properly. Lambo's room is like a college professor room. I don't know. I've never been to college. So I wouldn't know. But I'll believe your word for it. All right. Game 2. Su versus Lambo. In order to face the ace match, Lambo needs to beat Su. It's key. It's absolutely key. Because if Lambo doesn't win here, then Weebo Gaming will surpass Shopify Rebellion, and we can't pass them anymore in the WTL. And that would suck, because I would like to beat them. I would love to beat them, to be honest. Both players with a hatch first. Who would play the ace? I don't know who would play the ace. We'd have to figure that out. God, I really hope we win this. It would be terrible if we lose. I honestly thought that the trouble was going to come. Not from Lambo. I thought Lambo was going to get a clean 2-0 sweep, to be honest. I have a lot of faith in Lambo. Overlords kiss in the middle of the map. No, they actually don't kiss. It's a COVID kiss. 6 feet between them. Both players with an extractor. Su with slightly more gas initially. I wonder what Lambo's plans are going to be here. I bet they're great plans. Lambo has the best plans. Maybe get some drones. He's skipping the initial links, which is going to give him more drones, I think. Because he's skipping the links. It's confusing because the production tab and the thing of Lambo is on the top, but he spawned on the bottom side. I always need to remind myself how that works. There's a second gap. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Second gas Evo chamber, no third base for Lambo. But this was a gas first. This has to be Muta. This is fake Roach. This is a fake gasless opener. He's pretending to play gasless, but in reality, he has gas. So a much faster lair than you'd expect. So if this is not Muta, I'd be shocked. He starts the +1 instantly. It could, I guess, theoretically also be like a Roach speed attack with quick +1. So it doesn't have to be Muta. I just like Mutalisk. I think that's the thing. That really is the thing. I would like this to be Mutalisk, to be honest. Spire, or lair finishes. We get 2 Roaches, Glio Reconstitution. Okay, it's just straight up going to be a Roach push. And it's going to be of 29 drones here. That is it. This is it. This is legit it. That's the plan, that's the push. That's the play. We have a new queen now moving in forward. Ooh. Nice replacement there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 2 extra gases on the way for Su. Su is going up to 42 workers. I am not a ZVZ expert. I don't actually know what the correct worker count here is. As Lambo is moving Overlords in position, he's gonna walk with the queens across the map. Pretending to take a 3rd base here. And he's going to take out his opponents. One of the Overlords there already. Look at that. That's -1. Su actually is going to be massively supply blocked because of that. Massively. No more units for you, my dear friend. Roaches stay behind for this counterattack. Good move. This is a tight execution here. 29 drone all in. It's only going to get a single Ovi. Only a single Ovi. The queens are moving across. The queens are moving across. It's going to be +1 attack against no +1 attack. No upgrade here. 2nd Overlord might get taken out. Will not be the end of the world. Su is not going to get supply block because of that. Not at all. Lambo is still planning on shooting it though. Still planning on shooting it as he runs across the map with more Roaches. He's actually not gonna get it. And now wants to fight. He wants to fight ASAP. Has a good Roach count. Has a superior Roach count. Has superior upgrades. We have a lot of transfuses in this fight as well. Ideally, the queens are the ones that are tanking. 1 more transfuse available. 2 more maybe in the back there. As these Roaches of Lambo are pushing out a lot of damage. The Bowls, of course, good. And the defender's advantage is here for Su. 1 Ravager gets sniped. Next Ravager under heavy fire also gets sniped. More Roaches now moving across the map as Lambo little bit down in supply, but of course up in that army supply. The Roach count is massively in favor of the German Zerg, but is that going to be enough? We have more Roaches in production for Su, who's now lost most of his queens. Where are the reinforcements for Lambo? They're moving across the map. A transfuse comes through as the Roach count now is dwindling. It is 67 supply to 72 as the extra Roaches move forward. +1 carapace has finished up at this point. Here come the reinforcements across. Su was not ready for that, and Lambo is trying his best here to make this happen, but I am not so sure if this is going to be enough. Neither player with a lot of queens, neither player with a lot of units. Lambo's Roach is kind of bruised and battered around. Is this Roach count going to be big enough? I don't think so. I don't know. 63 supply to 70. Target fire is good. The micro, the pullback is good, but he just doesn't have enough, and that is going to be it for today's clan war between Shopify and Weebo Gaming. 57 supply to 76. The drone count of 42 to 28. Su with the correct response, apparently. As the Overlords retract their creep pooping on the map. Lambo's desperately trying to deal some damage. He's getting +2 and he's actually getting kills. He's getting a lot of kills. He's getting a lot of kills here. He got 13 kills. He's up 5 workers all of a sudden. Su is definitely trying to rebuild some drones. More Roaches actually getting kills in the main base as well. Lambo is making magic happen here. 17 drone kills out of nowhere. He's still significantly down in army supply though. Up an upgrade, down in army supply. Has the Roach speed. Su is building drones behind this. So this is not an all-in, but it is a very committed push. And I don't quite see how Lambo is going to hold this committed push. And once +2 finishes, he's going to have a neat little lead here for a tiny tad. 9 more roaches in production. It's going to be 42 versus 56 army supply. Don't forget, a lot of that army supply of Su is at home. It's not across the map. Ravagers, though, will definitely help out. Queens defensively are great. Bile's going to connect. With more roaches streaming in defensively, but I don't believe this is going to be it. Yes, Lambo. Yeah. Will be forced to tap out soon, I think. These roaches are knocking on the door already. It is 62 army supply to 36. Drone's now going down. Lambo's trying his best. And he's gonna survive, but he's surviving in a crap spot. He's down 18 drones. He's down 20 army supply. He's pushing it back though. He's trying his best. A couple more drones in production. We have +2 on the way. There's no Glial quite yet, which means maybe we can outspeed our opponent, but it is about to finish up as well. Drones behind this. Lambo currently being outmined by a massive amount as he does the head tilt and he knows that he's lost at this point. He's down so far. Su with a lot of cash still in the bank as well. GG gets called. Su wins it for Weebo Gaming with a 2-0 victory against Lambo. That's going to be it for us today. Sad. Very sad. Oh, it's the wrong button. That's the one I want. Ay. Well, actually, there's no positive note. No silver lining here. All right, I think that's actually it for me. I'm done. I'm gonna celebrate my birthday. I'm hungry like a dog as well. Play some ladder? No, dude. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat and celebrate my birthday. I'll see all of you. Are we here tomorrow? I think so. I see all of you tomorrow. I think that's what we're gonna do. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back then with a stream. Ciao, ciao.